And poof, we are live. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning into the BAM podcast tonight. Mike Lafferty, your host, here with Jacob Blackman to talk about Valor Knights and our recent Kickstarter.
Yes.
So,
We here at the BAM Podcast and Fainting Goat Games recently ran a Kickstarter, which was very successful, and we want to send out a thank you to everyone. This Kickstarter was to create PDFs and possible print run of a variety of adventures that we have written here. I have written most of them. Jason Sunday has written one as well. But in general, this has been a really fun collaboration between everyone here at Fading Goat Games because we all love the Valor Knights RPG that was created by Eric Bloat and Bloat Games. So yes, the campaign was incredibly successful. We managed to hit several stretch goals, and we want to thank everyone who supported us through the Banff podcast and watching our live streaming Valor Knights games. We want to thank everyone who had pledged to the Kickstarter and made it as successful as it was. We brought in the original Kickstarter from Bloat Games brought in a little over $1,700, whereas we managed to break the $3,000 mark. So getting over half again, a little over half again what the original Kickstarter brought in for a series of adventures. That's a huge success in my book. And we absolutely want to thank Eric Bloat and Bloat Games for creating such a fun game that we've all come to love.
thanks, Eric.
Yes. All right. So to give updates on where we are, just this Monday, Mike sent out the PDFs of the initial 6 adventures that we funded with the base funding level of the campaign. So if you have not received your adventures yet, make sure to check the email that you have associated with Kickstarter. It should be there. Otherwise, get in contact with Mike, and he'll make sure that you get the initial 6 adventures that you're supposed to get. So, besides that, we managed to kick off 4 of our stretch goals. We got a brand new cover, which is going to be cover art piece that'll be for the collected PDF and print for all the adventures gathered together. In addition, we managed to unlock 3 new adventures that'll be in the final package. We hit the third one pretty much at the very last minute because Mike and I were watching the ticker and at the very end, and we had a bit of communication there, and it was like in the last 5 minutes we hit over the 3,000 mark, unlocking the third adventure. We didn't get to the 4th adventure, which would have completed the full 10 arc, but okay, everyone, you did great. We're not angry. We're not sad.
I'm a little angry.
It's something we can work on in the future. So yeah, we unlocked the cover, 3 adventures, and we're working on all of that right now. In that regard, the first adventure that was unlocked, which was tentatively titled Under the Sea on the Kickstarter, has finished. I have completely written the manuscript. The adventure is now has a proper name. It is called Race to Ruin. And the manuscript is done. It's been sent off to Mike for editing and review. I have the art all done. I have made a rough draft for the map that will be featured for the location that will be featured in the adventure, that has been sent off to be looked at and hopefully professionally done by Aid Smith, because he is a much more fantastic cartographer than I. However, Aid Smith is currently going through some family issues, and so we may have to seek alternative means if aid is unable to do the work. That being said, like I said, Adventure 7 is pretty much ready, and once we get that all taken care of, we'll have the PDF available to share with that. I have not started on Adventure 8 or 9, nor have I started on the cover, but those are soon to be in my sights of getting worked on, as I have a lot of art projects going on right now. Speaking of art, I wanted to show off some of the art that I did for Adventure 7, Race to Ruin. And let me share my screen here. Select preview window. There we go. Share that screen. All right, so this is going to be the cover art for Race to Ruin. As you can see, it's going to be a high-tech facility. Who knows what kind of facility? We shall see.
And maybe an IKEA?
Well, maybe.
We should really have an adventure take place in IKEA.
So
we should have a gestalt changer.
All the furniture gets turned into shifters and
stylish Swedish shifters.
All made of particle board and Allen keys. I like your brain, Mike. I love your brain.
Sorry, forgive me.
Perhaps we will consider this as a future project.
You still owe me a food truck shifter.
I do still owe you a food truck. Yes.
All right. So there's the cover. What else do we have for this?
So yeah, this is the cover here, and just to give you a preview of things to come. As you can see on the cover art is an old nemesis who appeared in one of the previous adventures that in this set. That is Sigma Thesis. It's this evil guy in white right here. You'll meet him in one of the earlier adventures, and this is his comeback. And then we have this giant figure right here who you might notice bears a striking resemblance to a bug, or maybe an insect.
Or maybe Christopher Walken?
Perhaps.
That's it.
But yeah, as Valor Knights is a homage and tribute to the popular Transformers, we wanted to make sure that everyone had a chance to be included, including a lot of people's favorite bad guys, the Insecticons. And so a version of those show up in this adventure, which I hope will make for some interesting villains. Let me get you a closer look at this character here. So yeah, these are going to be the Infestors, or the Infestation. They are a robotic insect life form that you'll encounter in the adventure. Yes. And I hope they will make for some new fun villains that can not only show up in this adventure, but hopefully more as people get their hands on the adventure. They can include them in their own campaigns.
This is our first real published foray into Beast Changers.
Second, actually. We had shark form creature. We had shark form shifters show up in the original Champions of the Electric Cube War omnibus.
Oh, we did. And we should show that to people while we're talking about it.
I don't think I have that art on me, but if you have it. Yes, that is the original omnibus that we put together. It has all the rules from the original Valor Knights RPG, in addition to the extra rules that we created for some new characters, as well as a new class, the Gestalt. If you want to be a bunch of smaller robots that turn into that combine together and form into a bigger robot, You can do that with the rules we've provided in that omnibus right there.
If you go to tinyurl.com/VKOmni, you can find it on DriveThruRPG, where it's currently for sale, cheap. But yeah, it's a good time. Check it out. So let me go back to sharing your art. There are the what do we call these guys again?
I have been calling them the Infestors.
Okay.
So yeah, if there, I don't know if we have any people who are watching or any questions, but that is pretty much all I had to talk about.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have too. I can share one other piece of art. I don't think we've ever shared Sea Dog in the podcast, so we could share him real
No,
fast.
I don't believe we have.
Okay. Yeah, this was actually inspired by a suggestion from Norbert Franz, friend of the podcast, and he showed up in a recent adventure. But that's our first aquatic based transforming robot.
And this character shows up as a potential NPC in the Race to Ruin. So if none of your characters happen to have aquatic forms, an NPC is provided that can help them along the way.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, that's the update. We'll keep the news flowing as more things develop. Thanks for checking out the BAMF podcast. Jacob, do you have any closing thoughts?
If you enjoy this content, please support the BAMF podcast Patreon.
Yep, help us buy beer. And on the happy notes, thank you for checking us out, and we will catch you next time.